Cheers.
Listen, Moses, you're still on last year's, gift. Cruiser is gone. It's all about Wardell.
Listen, every time Cruiser's in the server, it's like I teleport back to like the 2016 minors for MLG, and I'm just ready to roll.
You forgot all the rest of
well,
it.
Yeah, no, the rest of it doesn't matter. Real talk, though. This Ghost team does have some cool stuff. I know, obviously, everyone knows the story of Kusta. Everyone knows that, I'm a big fan of his, and I think he's extremely talented. I can't be happier that he's actually playing with Steel as a leader, because I think Steel sneakily is like one of the best in-game leaders you can play in North America. I think he has a lot of knowledge on how to play the game and a lot of very reasonable ways to teach people and young players and experienced players. For Wardell, because I know you mentioned that you are super excited about this guy, and there's good reason to be. That's the name that's been whispered around the North American scene for, I want to say, like a year and a half now, of like one of the guys that's just like, he's going to be good. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah.
And we've obviously seen some exciting stuff.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I am quietly excited. I know it's taboo to say, but I'm just excited that Steel is here. I really can't help it. Like, I think he's a funny guy.
Steel's great. Steel is obviously phenomenal.
A good story, just to get people in the right mood, I guess. Josh and I once shared a hotel room in Cologne.
Love these stories.
And it had like a glass wall into the shower that faced like into where the beds were.
Okay.
So that was a good time.
Yeah, bit kinky. I like it.
We were in Germany, so you know how that goes.
Yeah, Germans don't hold back, do they? One more little tidbit, because I know we're focusing on Ghost because most people probably don't know too much about him. The coach of Ghost used to be the analyst of Cloud9. He's a guy that his history in Counter-Strike extends back to 1.6, playing with nothing. Spent a lot of time doing some work for the Cloud9 team. Also did some analyst work for the North American ESL Pro League for a while. So sneakily in this Ghost team, there's some talent and experience hidden there, and obviously Crystal is just kind of like, what the hell's going on?
Wardell was actually stuck in spawn for the first 10 seconds of this round, so wondering that could have been scary if they had rushed somewhere unpredictably.
It's all fine.
Yeah, it's all fine. It's all good. This NIP team, though, again, I think it's really amazing. They got an incredible lineup, and I think still Rez, we haven't seen everything that he can do, but he is kind of an enigma of his own. He's got incredible aim, and if you can just unleash him for even a little bit, it is going to be absolute havoc on the other side. Kuster is here, playing with the P2000, and on the other side it's the P250, so a bit of a sniper battle going on near the pistol round. Everything on the line right now is the best of 3 game, and you just want to make it right into the playoffs here. That would be great. Maybe, as the desk was saying, especially for NIP. It looks like they're bringing the bomb back.
This is a very passive pistol round setup from Ghost, which is a little bit ballsy because you obviously have no idea what's coming. You just have to play pretty standard, rely on your players to do their job. Steel already used his smoke. He dropped a one-way to pee underneath it towards lane, and he didn't see anything. Dennis is being patient as well, so it's going to be all up to this hold, and this is a pretty decent setup for Ghost.
Yep, one flashbang from Lecro, and they're going to try and see if they can make the break through. Only 35 seconds. Wardell and Steel, and Wardell again taking another one, and they're getting shut down. Steel with the double, and now Rez. Best you could do is hope for an exchange, find a better pistol, save the armor in the last 20 seconds here. That was that worked out really well.
That was a cool trap, and obviously the big piece of that working is the fact that Wardell gets the opening kill. Steel actually stayed hidden for a couple extra seconds just to kind of lure him a little bit closer and make sure they were committed. A shot from Rez, but only 5 seconds left, and they don't have to get this kill. He does need to die, so he's pushing forward. They're trying to hold back. They're not taking the shots. They want to kill him after the timer. They're going to get it. That's actually a really heads-up play from a team you'd consider an experience. That could not have worked better.
But Rez is not going to be happy about that. We should really look at the scoreboard because you can kind of tell what a difference it makes here. I guess they all buy up, but he had like not that much money basically to work with. Everybody else had double or more than he did. So a little bit interesting. Ghost Gaming going to be up 1-0. Get some upgraded pistols though. Lecro, well known for his Deagle plays, and I guess Dennis too to some extent. They've got it all lined up.
Well, I remember when Dennis joined this team, everyone was like, well, NIP's never going to lose a pistol round again. And they actually haven't been that great on pistol rounds historically, despite the fact Forrest also very well known for his pistols. Bit aggressive in Halls. Steel's there, not entirely alone. Subrosa on the stairs, making sure no one can jump behind him, but some element of danger. Get right. With alert calls out the information, but plays it passive. This would be both Swedish teams getting knocked out if NIP can't win this. Fnatic falling to Heroic earlier. A little bit of shade that I like to see on Twitter from NIP. So would they say, like, now the real Swedish powerhouse shows up or something along those lines?
Yeah, I saw that. I like that. You need the rivalry. We need Swedish Counter-Strike to come back, like, all the way back, because obviously, historically, it's been such an incredible force that you kind of feel like something's lacking a little bit. Oh my god. That is Crystal absolutely gone. The lack of head armor means Steel is going to have a decently good time. Here's the follow-up there. The MP7's getting a lot of kills, and what Dell was doing. He was ready to surf. He's ready to surf a little bit.
Well, unfortunately, I think he just lost an M4. Subrosa is on his horse, but doesn't get it in the end. Yeah, a little bit of a... I mean, it's good that that kill kind of happened now. Puts him on notice next time he tries to rotate. You don't necessarily want to do it with your knife out.
Have you ever tried riding a horse, Moses?
I have. I rode a horse on the beach in Aruba most recently.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was cool.
I have a phobia of horses. I really don't like them.
You really?
Yeah.
You're so weird.
One of them tried to kill me.
Noble animals.
No, they're not. They're murderous animals. Listen, I almost died. It's not funny.
You're such a pussy.
He tried to strangle me. I was only like 7 or something.
Oh, Jesus. 3-0.
It's just...
Very quickly, we're going to move along. Utility being bought up for Ghost. They're sitting in a good spot. A little bit of a bonus round for them with 4 SMGs on the board. They did take some losses in that second rounder. I mean, I think it was, what, 3? And definitely one of the M4s being lost was not great. So trying to build up some extra cash. AKs are out on the board. That's a late Molotov, and Kusta gets naded and flamed down to 26. Not an ideal start, and that's an awkward position to get caught. Halfway down mid with SMGs.
Yeah, just dipping his feet in the fire quite a bit there, Kusta. Going for that new popular pedicure. Just the Molotov treatment, Molotov spa. You love those. Subrosa, close range, which is where you want the SMGs, MP9, and get right, it's going to be going down. So they've taken a fair bit of that. Oh, could have almost worked. Subrosa is going to fall back afterwards.
Obviously a good idea from Forrest. It's a long shot, but you might as well go for it. Good opening kill from Subrosa. Even gets away with the AK-47, so going to do a little bit of a cheeky boost. Where does NIP go from here? They've got 3 smokes, 2 flashbangs. Decent utility on at least Subrosa at the state bomb site, so they can delay mid a little bit longer. Now, if NIP wants to commit up mid when that smoke clears, there is still a Molotov, and the timing of that for Subrosa could be huge. And back to the B bomb site we go. There's 3 players here, though. Ghost very confident in that stack they have going on in lane.
Yeah, it seems like a big risk, but it's going to pay off. They're actually gravitating this way, NIP. They're walking into the 3-man stack at B. That should be very hard to break. Maybe the smoke could do something towards CT spawn. Steel going to win the fight against Lekro. Now the game is up. 20 seconds, and they get the headshot on Wardell at least. Taking him down. Still a 3-on-4, and Kusta with the boost. Easy kill there. The follow-up from Crystal is just fine. 10 seconds here, and a 1-on-3 for Dennis. He's got the health, but they're all going to be coming for him. He needs to readjust. He needs to get back into safety. I don't know. Oh, he doesn't quite do it. If he could have got back there, there would have been a chance. Yeah,
there was a bit of a timing, unfortunately. It took a little longer. He was walking those last few steps. He didn't want Kusta to hear him behind that smoke by Coffins, and that's what allowed the flank to come in just in time. Good round from Ghost. Good openings from Subrosa, the opening and the closer. And that's the SMGs coming to bear. They didn't spend a whole lot of money into that. They get 2 free upgrades. I think they had 1 rifle already in that round, so not bad, all things considered. Good hold on this B bomb site. A good call on the stack as well, not just playing it standard.
Round number 5, and 4 of them have gone in favor of Ghost Gaming. The fact that they made that work with the SMGs, they swap out now for AKs. It's such a big win when you win those bonus rounds, so it's going to be a bit frustrating for NIP early on in this game. A lot of damage onto Steel. He's going to go down between Lekro and Forrest, and that's a good duo in the middle, shutting down Subrosa as well. They're going to be happy.
They're going to have to save these 3 weapons. Don't even go for it. Fall back into the B bomb site. Fortify your defenses. This is a lost round. Don't necessarily... I'm not sure entirely what was meant from that. Just because you have 3 players pushing banana, right? There's no reason for you to be that aggressive at top mid. You want that stack to come in. You want a 3rd player to rotate back. You want them to control banana and fall away. So it just feels like a little too much aggression that they get punished for. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be some kind of a push. Steel did drop that smoke towards alt mid, but... NIP, despite getting a little bit beat up in these first 4 rounds, have kept their focus and are able to push that back.
I think this is a nice time for NIP to put a hold on the advance of Ghost Gaming, especially when you're in around like this, where you just brute force your way into the middle, you win 2 of those battles, and that's it. Makes you feel like you could probably have a pretty decent shot at doing that a couple of more times at least throughout the half. Crystal and Wardell going to be able to save the rest here. So 4-1, and NIP are going to be on the board. It's all good news for them. I'm curious to see if we're going to see many more fights like that from Ghost Gaming. They obviously had a feeling that they could probably win those.
Weird too, the aggression wasn't with the op on Wardell, but now here's one of the strengths that you can look to with Ghost is that double op setup. How dangerous that can be. Kusta's got one. Peering into alt mid. Rez is going to turn the corner a chance here, but Rez doesn't want to take that fight, maybe without a flashbang. It's going to be a quick cross, and Kusta misses it. They could move up quickly, but the Molotov going to force them away. Nice timing on that. Another op Wardell towards that B bomb site. But for the moment, NIP has forced everything back, not taken any damage whatsoever, so early victory for NIP in this round.
Yeah, they're going to be happy about that. Always a bit scary when you're peeking that short corner, or the corner from second mid, and there's an AWP waiting. They managed to get the right angle, so all good news. They're taking over apartments ever so slightly. They've sort of given up banana control, and so far nobody from Ghost Gaming has gone to check it. It's kind of hard for them to do as well, but if they knew, then they could make some different decisions. Right now, might be hard for these two men to hold on. Good Molotov to counter it, but Forrest will take down Sub Rosa, and look at how alone Kuster is. A little bit of backup from Steel behind him, but this could get almost impossible to defend. If they go quick right now, NIP, they should probably be able to make the breakthrough. Steel hoping that he could create a good smoke there from maybe a little bit of chaos. He can actually look under it, Kuster. That's a very smart smoke. Let's just wait and see. 30 seconds more coming in now. The library, a little bit of backup coming in from the Ghost Gaming side. Wardell picking up the 1 kill. The double up trying to be in effect. Rez will take 1 kill. Still spraying, and Wardell has made his way. Gets the kill on Get Right, but is there enough time here? 2-on-2. No bomb hunt yet. They need to get in and get that bomb down. NIP, and there's Crystal taking down Rez. And that leaves Lekro 1 versus 2, and he's looking for the kill. He knows Steel is in there, but it's not enough. Steel will take him down. And Ghost Gaming, that's a huge round to be winning.
Yeah, that is really good. NIP, they just couldn't take control of that site. Those smokes, that one that Steel dropped and the one that NIP had to throw to try and neutralize the op, were so good at delaying their take of the bomb site. And Ghost just kept sending bodies through small pit to attack towards Graveyard. And even though NIP gets some of the kills, they're both stuck in Graveyard. They can't go anywhere. The bomb's over there as well. They still can't get the plant down. So just great way to run down the time and put all the pressure on NIP. And Ghost looking good early on. Steel, he's done that a couple times. That jump across just for information to count. I don't think he really spotted a whole lot that time. He didn't in pissed around either, but just trying to see if he can find anything that's going to help him out. 3 players of utility, decent chip damage, and Sub Rosa going to peek up now to ensure there's no more chasing down Steel.
Yeah, and just at least putting up a little bit of a fight here for the apartments. I don't know how Sub Rosa wins that fight. I feel like Dennis should have had that 9 times out of 10.
I think part of it was the fear that Dennis had. They know Kusta was opping in mid last round, so I don't think Dennis wanted to swing out too wide and expose himself to the op, but because of that, he took a rather weak fight. Get Right going to try and create, but on contact, Steel will pop up in Graveyard. Get Right hoping someone's going to fall back into the crosshair. Not happening at the moment.
Yeah, he's just playing that jack-in-the-box position. I mean, he can't really do anything else with his little health, so it makes sense. Was that a giveaway? Yeah, Get Right, he saw that. But again, the crossfire is just so good. Sub Rosa are able to pick it up, and now 2 versus 5. NIP need some kind of impact here. Forrest with 1 good kill. Flashbang to set up the turn around the corner, but what a nice round from Sub Rosa. Quad kill overall. 6-1 lead in favor of Ghost Gaming. Well, bet you didn't expect this when you woke up this morning, Anders. I don't know. I was kind of on Maniac side for this. I actually think this is kind of a close game. It's very hard to call as well, right? Because all we've really seen out of Ghost Gaming is the last tournament in
Zotac.
Yeah, Zotac, exactly. Yeah. So it's very hard to know what that actually means. But the fact that they obviously won yesterday and doing well now, I'm loving it. Mostly I was looking forward to Wardell opening, but I just enjoy all the rest of it. And Steel being back. Yeah, Steel's a fun figure in the community. He really is. I mean,
this is Ghost. They're putting a lot of pressure on A holes. They're pushing up. They're getting information. They're being aggressive, finding kills. That way, good find for Forrest with the pistol through the smoke. What does NIP have to do here? No utility. Just P250 with no armor on Get Right and Forrest. They have that one M4 they can find in mid eventually. But those ops are going to start doing some damage. Kusta's got a great angle with relative safety.
What's that chicken doing, Moses? Why is it freaking out?
I think he's laughing at you for being afraid of horses.
You don't think chickens are afraid of horses, Moses? Of course they are.
No. Well,
I can tell you've never been strangled by a horse, Moses, but trust me, when you try it, it's no fun.
They wrap their hooves around your throat. Fucking you weirdo. Steel just waiting. He spots the shoulder of Get Right, who gets away very quickly. Wardell's going to stick around. He knows he's got Sub Rosa with him. A good defense here. No damage taken. All you need to do is just survive. Don't fall down to Forrest, and it's not going to happen. 7-1. And a pretty dominant 7-1, all things considered.
God, I feel like there's some cool stuff happening in the North American scene right now. Like, we've just got so much individual talent. I'm not convinced that it's all in the right place. Like, I feel like you could make like an American super team that might be better than the ones that are currently out there. But it's still like, it's a good problem to have, right?
Gets away. Yeah, it is. I think there's a lot of conversations you can have about a lot of that young talent as well. Actually, hold the thought. Kusta with the timing. He gets blinded, but Forrest turns the corner. Even gets blocked. So, God, he hit that shot, or else they might both be dead. I think as well, if you look at it, like some of the young talent that you'll talk about coming up, whether it's on this Ghost team, when you talk about NRG,
yeah,
you also have a big talking point in those teams about the leadership, right? Daps with NRG, Steel here with Ghost Gaming. So you also have a lot of that young talent, you know, acquiescing and realizing that, you know, you can learn some things from some of these experienced leaders, and you know, things do get easier when you follow the team mind frame, which has constantly been a criticism.
Yeah, it really has been. I've got something to add to that in a minute. Still 55 seconds on the clock, and Steel in position, close to the smoke. We've seen that earlier on Inferno as well. It does work some of the time if you get the timing down right. Flick not connecting Wardell, just overpeaked by Dennis. Sub Rosa doing a fine job, and that puts so much pressure on the incoming push here. Shot in the back by Crystal. Now Rez, 1 versus 3. And he, again, this apartments player up here. Sub Rosa really being active, and he's going to come for the kill as well, taking down Rez.
This is like an old school kind of style in a way, I guess. I mean, normally you see more than one player in those halls, but there have been eras of Inferno and CSGO where halls control dictated a lot, and we've kind of gone away from that. Like, teams like are choosing not really to risk a whole lot in those halls on the CT side, because there are ways you can get, you know, it is kind of a little bit tenuous. But here against NIP, Sub Rosa and Steel have both been in those halls, and at times they have both controlled it. And it used to be, if you wanted to attack the A bomb site, you had to control halls, and you had to send like 2 to 3 players to clear it out on the T side. We're obviously not seeing that, because that's not, you know, you haven't really had to do that recently. And now that Ghost is playing this way, I think it's catching NIP a little bit off guard.
Really seems to. And I think it's a valid point that you bring up about sort of the American leadership situation. The fact that Steel is back, I mean, there really aren't that many potential leaders, so having someone like him, definitely important. If you can handle the abuse, Moses, you could really learn a lot being captained by Steel.
Yes.
So
he is a little bit more like the old school style leader, isn't he? Like, not going to put up with anything.
Yeah, I like it though. You know, I think you get better players out at the end. So.
Well, he's certainly made this team starting to look good.
It's interesting. We've got armor and CSET 75's a preemptive grenade. I think the fact that there was no one in the middle made Steel think probably they were in second mid then. It's not a bad guess.
Well, here's a test. Crystal's on the rotate back, but you can tell NIP just says, we need to stop this pressure in halls. Let's attack it a little bit. 3 players coming up the stairs. Sub Rosa is going to be challenged. Smoke is going to delay things. Steel is here, and Crystal in library, so these 2 players have a big job to do. Sub Rosa don't get caught in the smoke. He's playing this a little bit sketchy. This is wild. Follows off from his teammate, is actually going to force his hand, but they're controlling it so far. Steel goes down. There's Kusta. They all get here at the right moment. I'm not sure how Sub Rosa survived.
No, that was a friendly Molotov. Maybe...
We just mentioned Steel was a little bit of, you know, the hardcore in-game leaders. Throwing Molotovs at his teammates' feet.
That'll get you motivated.
Yeah,
that'll get you
moving.
Paying attention right away. 9-1, and the 11th round coming up. This is crushing first half right now in favor of Ghost Gaming. They're playing a really, really good defensive side here on Inferno, and NIP don't seem to have quite clicked into it. That one round they had, they won a good fight at the top of middle, and that's more or less been it. Flick does connect with Rez, but grenade in return as well. It's about time for NIP to show us what they got here.
I've been stumped so frequently today, I think they might as well go back towards the B bomb site. They got shut down here once or twice early on, not when they had the greatest buys, but they're just going to line up and go for it. Simplify things, get control of Banana, hit the bomb site, 1:12. Problem is there's a good amount of utility left. Crystal still has a Molotov, he's going to drop it now. That'll delay him. Oh, Kusta, the timing on that unscope was dangerous.
Absolutely, that's going to lead in a lot of trouble. The smoke's now in front. Kusta goes down. Good opening for Electro. Now Crystal alone. It's very hard to do more than he did then. They were always going to try and go for that staggered peek, and Wardell coming in with a really good shot, trying to get it through. The bomb's being planted on the other side. If he could have got that, would have changed absolutely everything, but still, it's a 3-on-3. Two of them coming in from Banana, and there's nobody covering there. Lekro, in fact, is in a very exposed position. If they flash over the corner here, Lekro could be in a bit of trouble as they get around. Wardell now trying to see if he can do it from the other side. The Molotov now to put even more pressure. And there's that flashbang we were talking about. Wardell goes down to Rez. It's still a 2-on-2, and they're running out of time. NIP, they might have actually done this. Might be a second round for them here. Rez with another fight, and now he's hiding, buying time, and Steel, he's going to get the kill, but I don't think he has the time for it. No, not even a kit picked up, so that's going to be a little bit rough. Second round for NIP, although it was expensive.
Steel's going to stay alive with that off. You're absolutely right. It was very expensive, and Ghost had the economy to kind of throw everything at that, even late into the bomb timer, to ensure that everyone from NIP fell. This is one of those rare buys you have after a victory where your buy afterwards is actually worse than it was before you won the round. So double op is still going to be there. Plenty of cash on Ghost Gaming. Just a couple. I mean, obviously the unscope from Kusta at the inopportune moment. Wardell as well didn't realize that there was a gap in that smoke. Might have been able to pick one off early. Either way, they'll get a second chance here. A lot of bodies coming up alt mid. Staying grouped up is this NIP team, and here we go.
Wardell gets back around the corner. He could have been dead very quickly then. Steel just taking a peek. Here's the bullet fragment, the wall behind him. Steel going down almost immediately, so that's a good trade frac there. Lekro now, bit of a pop flash over the wall. Wardell looking for this side. If he gets this kill, everybody else is coming in from the other side. He can actually funnel them in here. This might be great. Another kill for Wardell. Good double, just diffusing the threat from that one side on quad, and everybody else is coming in from library, so that's a really, really good pick-off. And now it's all on Dennis. Definitely world-class player, but this is a bit much. He's kind of balanced. I'm not sure about that.
Let's not talk about that one.
Yeah, just leave it alone. Already move on. Just forget about it.
It had to have been some kind of a miscall or misinformation. This is doable. I mean, not just because you just got that kill now, but even beforehand, 2 AWPs. You have an opportunity if this is misplayed and mistraded. Fake plant is not going to lure Ghost into the open. Here's the peek. Wardell is ready and waiting. 10-2, though a little bit of a scary situation at times.
I was getting worried then. I had a moment of real fear.
Those are the rounds when you see that happen with Kusta, where I do just want to like message him afterwards and be like, "Can you explain what was going on in your can we attach the machinery to your brain and figure out the thought process here?"
Well, you know, there's this thing called an fMRI, right? So maybe we can. I don't know if they make them for gaming chairs, but maybe we can have like that going on. Do real-time analysis.
There's a weird timing on this, and NIP's already up, and yeah, that is too bold from Ghost. This is now, oh, this is so dangerous. Crystal gets around the corner, doesn't spot any of them, and he's moving up. Rosa has it all to do. There's the first, he's tagged up, and yeah, that one tag did everything. Crystal on the flank, pretty clean kill, but there's the great trades from NIP. Again, at top mid, Ghost Gaming gets caught trying to be fancy.
Sometimes, Moses, you just gotta do it raw and dirty, don't you? Just running out the middle, just make that work.
Well, it's actually a pretty cool change that we've had on NIP on this T side, even though it hasn't yielded results quite yet. Might help him claw back towards 5. He's gonna go for this, but not quick enough for that one. Dennis with a good peek. But NIP realized they'd been getting red when they were kind of doing the slower tactics. Yeah. Now it's just grouping up, and it's like, once we make first contact, we're committed. We just need to get in, and obviously this time with the CZ, Wardell couldn't get back in time. Steel was waiting for a flashbang, so The corner was already grabbed by NIP, the angle. The third round for them, and now finally the money's gone. So NIP's, I mean, if they get away with 5, that's not bad. Considering the way this started. It was, what?
7-1 or something?
9-1.
Yeah, 9-1 even. Yeah, 5-10 would be a great recovery right now for the Swedish team. Definitely appreciate that. Oh, that's very bold. MP9 running through the smoke. Rez manages to recover and taking down Kusta. Now, Subrosa, is he going to try and follow it up with even more aggression? It kind of feels like he wants to peek Get Right, but that could end all the timing.
If you're playing NIP on Inferno, you have to know, by force, you have to know Get Right's going to be somewhere around halls. And even if he's not actively in halls, he's going to be waiting for a push. So I think Subrosa had to have been told by someone, be patient. And he's not, and that's what happens.
Maybe you can tell him later, Moses. You had the right idea. So
it's easy when you can see the whole minimap.
It does make things easier. I feel like I could be useful in a team if I just had that.
Yeah?
Yeah, make some calls.
Yeah. I think it'd still be a stretch.
Still a bit of a wait.
At this point, you might as well sit in the A-bomb site if you're Ghost and just say, if they come here, we got a chance. If not, we save for the last round.
Yes.
17 on Subrosa, 15 on Steel. Wardell at 12. No one in NIP in double digits yet.
No, they're kind of falling a little bit behind. It's good to see Get Right. He got the CZ 75 kill last round and then won this time. Before that, he actually had 1 kill. So, you know, you want to see him get into it. I think the desk mentions, you know, a bit of an emotional player. So it can make sense to have him up and running early on in the best of 3 and doesn't get behind too far early on. Bomb plant, and as you said, Ghost Gaming just waiting on the other side. So their money next round is really not going to be great. So they kind of need these rifles. Yeah,
it's going to be ugly. The one thing they have going for them this round, I guess the silver lining, if you will, is the fact that NIP really don't have a great economy either. So, you know, even with just 1 round left in the half, they need the majority of these rifles to make it into the next round. So not wanting to send a whole lot of bodies on the hunt. 1 or 2 is going to be fine. But you do want to be careful. Molotov's not going to make it exactly where Lekro wanted it.
Seeing if they could catch anybody. Steel trying to be patient. Okay. Whatever Lekro was selling, Wardell wasn't interested.
No, he slammed the door on those Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah. Do you have a moment to talk about your... Boom. Shut down. 10-4. 15th round now coming up. And the fact that they save both those rifles, giving them at least a chance here. Might have to find a kill with the AWP rather than waiting around forever. So Wardell at least taking a bit of a peek down there. I'm glad he doesn't over-peek it though. I'm not a big fan of that peek from the CT side if you go all the way towards the ramp.
Right. Yeah. It is dangerous, especially when you're kind of relying on that op to be a main driving force in this round.
Bit of an exchange of smokes over on this side with not really much of a result afterwards.
No, but it's really well done from NIP. They've trying to force out utility early on in this round. They've taken the smoke away from Kusta. There's just 1 left on Krista with over a minute left when that one's going to clear. So I mean, you either have to hold your nerve and take a duel with just a 5-7 and. Or you put it down and chooses to put it down. Nice kill from Get Right. He's had a tough time in those holes. Starting to come alive a little bit more prepared for that aggression. But look at the cheat. Look at the read from Ghost.
Yeah, it's a really, really good call. Subrosa being forced back, and they must have heard a little bit of running there. Get Right could have heard those steps close range and won't be able to do it. That's a big giveaway. They actually sneak away that AWP. Now they're going to be running back into the site, and Subrosa's the only one here. This MP7 had better do a good job. He's got 1 flashbang to buy time. He's got pretty much the weight of this last round on his shoulders here. Not going to be easy. He gets the 1 kill. He tries for the transfer, but can't really blame him. And Get Right and Rez coming up with some very important kills. 2 on 3 now. The bomb will be going down. And 15th round, they are obviously just going to go all in on this one. Crystal moving up, but he gets caught Get Right with a big off angle there. 3rd kill of the round for him. That's good news.
Yeah, he's come alive a little bit here at the end, right when they needed him if they wanted to have a chance. They've given themselves some breathing room. It's not going to be... This is the weird thing. It's obviously not going to be any kind of a half that you would call good from NIP, but the fact that they got 5 after being down 9-1 is huge. Booster, that's just too much damage that he's taking. He doesn't have a kit. Time's running low. He's just got to commit. Forrest waiting. Isn't going to miss that one. 10-5 for Ghost Gaming. We're going to go to Stunna here at halftime.
Yeah, thanks, guys. This one's shaping up to be a real burner. Now, I did have the privilege of talking to James IRL before we jumped into this matchup, and he actually told me that they never played Dust 2 before yesterday when they squared off against Na'Vi, and that one certainly did go in their favor. Now, if we look forward into this Inferno matchup, one thing that he was able to tell me is that they're focusing completely on fundamentals. That being said, they go back, they record their comms during scrims, they record their comms during practice. They really get down to the nitty-gritty and the things that put that fire under their feet and perhaps where the sun don't shine. What do you think, Jason? Where does the sun don't shine?
I feel like I'm being set up for failure on that one. I'm really... I don't like this ambush that is being set.
I'm waiting for your answer, Moses. Oh man, that's an interesting idea. You record your comms during scrims, and
I love it.
That's, I mean, if you can make that work, if you can get that level of discipline in, then that would be super exciting. I think that would actually have a big result. And as we all know, Moses, discipline equals freedom. So we'll see how this moves. Second off.
What? Discipline equals, is that what they tell you on your BDSM forums?
There's gonna be there's gonna be like 3 people out there who know what I'm talking about. Don't worry about it, Moses. Don't even worry about it.
All right. I am a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Here we go. Pistol round. Good shot from Forrest. Shuts down Kusta trying to come up mid, and that kind of tells Steel I need to get away. Now it's just back to the B bomb site. Rez spots it out early. They're going to take the fight. Nothing to delay except for clean headshots, and they're all coming out in the favor of NIP. Finally, Crystal and Sabrosa, they respond and they get in. 3-on-3 and Steel. That smoke fades at the inopportune time, but they do get the bomb planted.
Yeah, he could have got caught then. That would have been dangerous. Still a 3-on-3, as you said. They've taken over construction. Steel with a great kill, and now a follow-up Goosh there on Lekro. He's very low on health. This is looking great for Ghost Gaming. If they win this round, they might just win the map, and that in itself would be a big upset. How do they possibly defuse this? The smoke is going to help. Lekro's on it. What a headshot! Oh my god! Lekro following it up, taking down Sabrosa. They've done it! NIP win the pistol round. That is out of this world, Lekro.
That is so unbelievable. Lekro, that is a stunning display. You mentioned his deagle. If he doesn't get these kills, this round's over. This is his only chance. One, and he's ready as well, controlling the recoil, can't miss a single shot. And Ghost, again, they did everything right in that round. You can't even complain about how they played any of that. What a god.
That's a 1 in 100,000 round, I feel like. That is so unlikely. The fact that he was low on health, and then the smoke baits them in, that's all good, but even then, you're not supposed to win that pretty much ever. What an incredible way to finish that pistol round.
Or if you do, it's, was it Dennis that was alive with him? Like, Dennis is the one getting those headshots, right? It's not supposed to be Lekro.
Unbelievable. Well,
God bless.
That's brought them back in the game. Steel is, they brought an AK for Steel. Aggressive. I like it.
Aggressive, of course. Playing very passively as well. Making sure there's not going to be any kind of nade stack and not any kind of push. Hoping someone's going to peek down mid.
He's also the only one who has any armor, which means if he dies with the AK, it's not like somebody else can pick it up and be like a secondary force, really. I
mean, if you look at what they're doing at the moment, if you look at the utility, everyone's got flashbangs. They're just going to try and set Steel up for everything. They're going to buy in the next round. And what they want is just to be able to control minimal, allow a lot of bait for Steel, a lot of flashbangs to set him up for progressive peeks into this bomb site, trying to clear different angles. That's going to be a tough task, especially with the Molotov still on board. There's one that goes out, pop flash in, and this is going to be a slaughter. Yeah, Rez up top does it all. Steel can't even get involved in the action, and that was relatively anticlimactic.
I feel like Rez had a good, like, when you're shooting at a downwards angle like that, and you have to sort of, like, pivot your mouse, it can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
It did a really good job, so I guess that's something. The Molotov helps out.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay.
He had a lot of things going for him despite that disadvantage.
It's cutting the weeds down there.
Yep.
10-7, 18th round, NIP. Surely winning that pistol round, and especially in that fashion, will have got them a little bit fired up. Just a little bit.
That's the pistol round when you see that clip. When you're done with the series, if you're Ghost Gaming, you just hate life for just a moment. Sabrosa tagged down to 52. pretty much a default setup. Smokes up in these choke points. No real avenue of attack, but Kusta and Crystal are poised to take over A-Halls. They work together on the B bomb site. Looks like they might be working together on defaults on this offensive side as well. A fourth player rotating as well due to the deep smoke at the base of Banana and Rez being at car.
Kuster's really forward in the apartments right now. Could be lurking in for a kill. He actually gets the right read. He had the right idea, but Lecro surviving on 10 health. It's going to be a little bit annoying. And Get Right is cheated really far over towards the A-bomb site. So if they go for this, he's going to be there quick.
They kind of have to go for it now. 40 seconds. They don't have a whole lot of utility to kind of throw fakes and, you know, go to the other side of the map. Dennis, big job to do. He's got the angle as well. They weren't ready for that peek. He gets the follow-up. Still alive. Finally taken down, but reinforcements are here. They don't do much, but they are here.
Steel just got 2 kills by jumping around while the rest of his team trying to follow it up. That's really interesting. There's a headshot on Forest. They've somehow turned it into a 2-on-2. This is almost unbelievable. There's the spray coming through, but Crystal will take down Lecro. No bomb plant yet. And 14 seconds. Rez coming in on the other side. Crystal is in a lot of trouble here. He has to hold down the plant. He can't really fake it. And as soon as he stands up, Rez is going to be right on him with a headshot. And an IP will win the round. That should not have been that close at all. I think it's fine. Even if Dennis just dies, that's all right. But I think the follow-up, who is it, Forrest, trying to run him down with a UMP or someone like that?
Get right.
Get right. So, but Steel just kept on jumping. So more people ended up getting sucked into all that madness. And that was a little bit dangerous.
I think Ghost is okay with that outcome. They get the plant, they get 4 kills. It's still early in the game. They still have a 2-round lead, and obviously you don't want it to get too far away from you, but you still have this economy from NIP not looking ideal. This is an odd buy, though.
Yeah, you could say that.
All that being said, that I just spouted out, I'm not sure how I feel about it after this purchase.
No? Feel a bit uncomfortable?
It's like nails on a chalkboard at the moment. So, I mean, this is like this is a lot of economy, you know, into this round. And yeah, you want to keep the pressure on and keep the economy low, but do you really think these are the weapons that are going to be able to do it? NIP have the utility, they have the money. Just a good trade from Kusa. The SMG just running up. The ult from Dennis, he's getting a more advanced position. Smoke going to come out. Ghost is not going to try and build on that too quickly, though. At some point, Ghost is going to have to come back towards Banana and force Rez back. Remember last round, that's why they got to stack that A-bomb site.
Yeah, helps them out so much. That's kind of nice. Dennis is holding close angle, and then Lecro's there if they overpeak it, so he can sort of follow it up. That's got to be really annoying. Because you peek past the AWP, but then you peek into the M4. So, not a happy scenario at all.
Well, Rez spotted them coming towards the B bomb site, and Ghost doesn't realize it. Even one peek a little bit down mid. That was Lecro around the edge of that smoke, so they're going to have a cheat over here. They need to hit this bomb site. If they're going to do it, they need to do it now. They just can't know the timing and how critical it is that they just move forward.
Oh, the call from NIP. They've got 3 men coming over here now. Dennis with a great pick-off to begin with. Flashbangs are coming out in return. And actually, Lecro, not Rez, got that kill. Still did a lot of damage. A little bit in return. Kusta with a double. Still a 2-on-2 with 20 seconds. Ghost Gaming, they're cutting every single one of these rounds so incredibly close right now. Lecro in construction, Get Right on the flank, coming in from Banana, and he might have the absolute godlike timing to walk around this corner. Bomb being planted, but there's the kill, taking down Kusta. And now it's on Wardell. I've typed it up quite a bit. Let's see what he can do here. 1 versus 2, and holding on to the bomb. It's only a couple of seconds in. They've got a lot of time here, NIP, to try and find out where he is. He's going to try and see if he could maybe peek them out. He doesn't want to actually go for the peek just yet. There's a bit of a flick. It doesn't connect. There's the follow-up, taking down Lecro. Now a flashbang is out, and Wardell. This would be a big round. The Molotov on top. It's genius. There is a kid on Get Right, but he's almost out of time. And Wardell, he sees him coming just a bit closer. There's the no-scope, taking him down. And Wardell with the double to clutch it for Ghost Gaming. Beautiful play.
Just toying with him. He had him on a string the whole time, and they were so afraid to make any progress towards that position. Very, very nice. I thought it was over when that bomb got fake. When they fake planted, spent a lot of time, Get Right in great position, and Wardell playing it so strong in the end in this scenario, closing it in style with the no-scope. 11-8, and here's that punish. This is why it was okay, and I take back my words. That buy actually works out, but you've got, you know, 2 M4s on the NIP side and then 3 upgraded pistols, and they're pretty much already out of utility. 2 flashbangs and a smoke, and look at Forrest. He wants to be the one to make a play. He's going to get spotted out. Great damage, but Kusta is cognizant of the push. Saves Crystal's life.
You feel like Forrest deserved to be rewarded for that kind of madness, but not this time.
Just because something's crazy doesn't mean you should be rewarded. you know?
It doesn't?
I don't think so.
Maybe not. But I feel like that's how life is, Moses, sometimes, you know? You gotta take some risks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Are you a risk taker, Moses?
Sometimes I get a little frisky. Ooh, nice shot from Steel.
Yeah, Galil, no problem whatsoever winning that fight against Dennis. It's a 3-on-5, and I almost want to just have them get right, get right rotate over here to the A-bomb site, and just say, well, I mean, there's not a lot to save anyway, but having a 2-1 defense right now doesn't really do a lot for you.
I think you're going to get your wish. I just don't think it'll be in time. You wanted to drop that smoke to make the appearance of a defense, but yeah, this bomb site is about to get wrapped upon in a big way. There's the fight. Rez looks away, but he somehow gets it. That's actually Lecro who's holding on strong, but Wardell with the op. I'm going to pick that off, and oh my word, get right. He's got low HP and a one-on-one.
Can this be done? He has enough for a reload, so he's just waiting for it at the moment. Bomb is going to be attempted here. Wardell holding it down. Get right, getting very close. Now he's been found out. Still hasn't reloaded, and he's going to go down. Wardell with the pistol. Headshot to follow it. That was very hard on Get Right to try and get that 1 versus 2 win, but he almost did it. 12-8, and Ghost Gaming now just 4 rounds shy of picking up Inferno here in a best of 3. These opening games today have been nuts.
Yeah, they've been battles, aren't they? Just grinds both ways. 12-8, and then NIP back on USPs, upgraded pistol on Forest, but no armor, no utility on that side, so Ghost is going to have a great opportunity to extend this up to 13. Looking good. Taking control of this game, this opening map. Looking to not get eliminated, I guess is the best way to put it. They'd have to face Na'Vi, I think. The winner of this plays Na'Vi.
Yeah, what a thing to look forward to.
In a BO3.
Nobody wants that. I think Na'Vi are going to be looking for revenge in a brutal way.
Certainly won't be letting Dust 2 through anytime soon, I feel.
You look at a map like Dust 2 and you think that would be a kind of map that Na'Vi would love to play.
You do look at that lineup and then the map and back to the lineup and you just start scratching your head.
Just put Simple on one side, Electronic on the other side, and just wait. See what happens. But
this is going to be dangerous. Ghost walking right into a stack. There is one player over towards the A-bomb site to make sure they can't get flanked and kind of trapped in banana, so if they run into too much trouble or if Crystal calls it out early enough.
Oh, here's something fun. The CZ 75 on Forest is all the way in the back, so Get Right getting 1 kill. Oh, Forest show. I kind of wished he would have waited a little bit for maybe the bomb plant, just so you could have come running out with that CZ 75, but a little bit early, and Ghost Gaming managed to sniff it out and realize, hold on. Something going on.
Yeah, they do it early enough in the round as well to where they can readjust and go to the other bomb site. Only the SMG is lost on Crystal. Nice scouting mission for him.
See what Lecro can do. We did talk about his headshot to the Beagle. Okay.
Oh, that's one of those where you build it up and then...
Yeah. It wasn't just that he got killed, it was that Steel was...
Jumping again.
Yeah. Just feeling it, I guess.
Rewarded for craziness.
It's life for you. I think they're going to try and see if they can boost over the smoke. I don't think it's going to work out. They don't really have the help for it, although they did get 1 kill.
What just happened? Where was Wardell? Is he up on the balcony?
Maybe.
Yeah, that was the op. All right, good find with that boost over the smoke. I mean, we mentioned, or I mean, was it Stunna just mentioned at halftime, you know, talking to them ahead of time, they said, you know, we're going to be focusing on fundamentals. Get Right's going to go for these kills or try and do some damage, and there's a possibility of it. Kusta watching this misses the shot. Definitely going to get 1. It does go down, but didn't do enough to Kusta to find him, so no big loss, but a good idea from Get Right. Doja known for that play, but I think it was Get Right, we've all agreed, pioneered it years back.
Yeah, Doja threw 1 grenade and just took all the credit.
Made a perfume out of it.
Yeah, he is his own brand in just in every way imaginable.
Yeah.
They should do that. They should make a real Doja brand. Maybe people would invest into that. Oh my god!
Okay.
What is the matter with Wardell?
I think Forrest is asking that same question at the moment. It's like these kids these days. Just no respect. Here we go, pushing the halls, and even Crystal's going to get the goosh on of Dennis, force him back. I don't even think Wardell, I think he just went and pre-fired that angle. Yep. I think that was just the decision he made. Didn't even care about the spam whatsoever. He's just like, I'm just going to go shoot at that angle.
Well, I think I can't remember if Sean, Gez, or Steel, but one of the two came up. Well, maybe there was nothing. I might have mixed up 3 different people just now. So this is already not
yeah,
a good story.
Well.
It's a bad story already, but
I'm gonna believe anything you say after this.
But sort of highlighting the difference, I really like this term, peaking with intent or without intent, right? And peaking with intent, sort of where you visualize what's going to happen.
Jordan that I saw. I think that's Jordan.
It might have been Jordan. So I just hope I don't, give credit to the wrong people. But anyway, I think that's also something that really is valuable if you can teach yourself how to do that. Ooh, Get Right almost catching them, walking in between. That would have been great. Now he's going to be worried because he could get shot in the back any second now. Steel coming through the library. And Get Right making it back out. How? How is this happening?
Oh, NIP just outplayed them so hard. That play was set up to be such a victory for Ghost, and they just lost it all. Get Right goes down. Dennis inside the bomb site blind, so he didn't see Wardell cross. Or Crystal, excuse me, but now the crossfire comes up. Sub Rosa in a 1-on-3. Gets the first kill. Peers in towards the bomb site. Dennis buying for time. His teammate is so far away. Sub Rosa's going to hunt him down and get it. A 1-on-1 under 10 seconds, and the bomb's going to get planted.
Yeah, Sub Rosa, we introduced him as being one of the potentially lethal players on this roster right now. He's got a triple kill, and Rez is walking up close with an AWP in a 1-on-1. That's so scary. That smoke's going to help out Sub Rosa so much. Rez can't really see above it or below it for that matter. He's up at the box waiting, and Rez is running out of time. He does have a kit picked up currently, but still, this has to be around for NIP. They did so much to bring it this close, and now it's slipping away. Sub Rosa's seen it, and he jumps up. Rez will pick up the kill, and he has enough time for the defuse as well. That is a huge victory. Much needed one for NIP. About to lose this map on Inferno. He's also top fragging on his side of the server as well. 17 kills. That's a big 1-on-1 to be winning. But can we just talk about that whole madness going on in the library?
Yeah.
I feel like 9 out of 10 times, Steel walks in, shoots, Get Right in the back, and then the A-bomb side is gone.
I mean, Get Right just saw kind of his elbow, and he went towards spawn, and then obviously spotted the one coming up lane, and he had to call over his teammate. He said, all right, Dennis, like, one's going to go library, 100%. One's going to be in library, because I've been spotted out by one guy. I mean, it was just clever maneuvering from NIP. Still in a lot of danger, and this is risky. Bold halfway down mid, but if he doesn't get cleared at any one point, and they have no one in ult to do it, that's a lot of information, and it's going to be a very fast flank. So Ghost, they're going to push right forward. They're not going to stop. There's the SMG on Steel. Up next, the no-scope doesn't land from Rez, but here comes the flank. Kusa's got to be ready. I don't think he realizes Lekro's this close, but equally, I don't think Lekro realizes he's here. Where's the spin? They don't see each other, and that might be your 4-3.
No. What is this absolute madness? He's going to turn around. Kusa, he saw it this time. They were back-to-back for a good 5 to 10 seconds there, and I don't know, that could have ended very badly for really either one of them there.
Here's the disaster, Anders. The last gun round that we just saw with that win from Rez, he was the only one surviving. If you go all the way back towards that early pressure after losing the pistol, the amount that Ghost replied early on in this half, a gun round that NIP won on round 3 was only one player surviving, and after that it was a harsh reset. And once again, it's just reset twice in this half, and how do you even get anything going? We talk about it all the time on Inferno when your utility, when Molotovs and smokes, you need these things. NIP's never been able to build them up and have them.
No, they've been poor throughout most of this game, in fact, which is obviously, I mean, it's going to be difficult to play like that for a long time. But I have to just admire the pressure and just the focus of Ghost Gaming right now. What an exciting team to watch. I mean, they were during the TOTAC Cup, but it's just going to continue here, it looks like.
I don't think that event had deep enough competition to really give a whole lot of credence to some results, right?
Yeah, I think that was maybe the one thing there.
I think that's kind of the public opinion of it.
But still, this is looking interesting. Forrest is going to be taking down Kusa with the C-75, and he's getting a chance to reload as well. Getting back out of the smoke, and see Steel not really wanting to go through just yet. He might be waiting for a flashbang from the middle. Instead, it's going to be a Molotov down there, and Forrest not going to be very happy about all of that. 40 seconds left, and look at how far down Get Right is. If they try and fall back, they can't even really do that, can they? Steel is up there with a bomb, so...
Problem is no one's wrapping on this bomb site. All this pressure is fine, but they've used other utilities. They don't have time to go back towards the B bomb site. They either need to establish wrap control and head towards the A bomb site, or use wrap control to go towards B from spawn. I don't think they have time for that. I think they have to attack A, and Steel's alone with the bomb in lane. It's all on this hold here. This has got to be great. Lekro with the deagle only gets one.
Almost the lineup. Could have been the double now. Dennis following up with the C-set 75, and it's crumbling. 10 seconds left. Steel trying to see if he can make his way in. Wardell going to get that kill. Now they might get the bomb plant. 4 seconds left, and they are going to be able to carry it through. Get right wants to stop, but he gets Steel killed. And now Wardell, no chance. He was surrounded. NIP going to pick up the round. 14-10. And this is looking better and better. They're starting to get back into this game now. If they can just fix the economy, it might actually work.
What a desperate hold from NIP. Absolutely needed it. That kill from Get Right, it's only one, but it's pretty critical. He takes out Steel planting the bomb, which means the AWP is alone against so many different opponents, and he already had his pistol out. Very difficult to win with NIP players already that close to you. 14-10, but they have to build upon it, Anders. They have to be able to win 2 in a row, and they have a good chance. Steel back on a MAC-10, although we've seen him get a couple of decent entries with that. Crystal on the P250. 3 AKs to work with. AWP in the hands of Rez as well.
Finally, a little bit more utility. Oh no, there was only room for one in that corner. Steel, not happy about. He'll be down almost all of his health. The follow-up grenade, they are so softened up by all of this. Crystal, weirdly, the one to pick up that kill. Now Rez jumping back around the corner. Good defense by Dennis, who at least helping out there. And that's going to leave Sub Rosa alone. That is a dangerous fight, I would say.
Yeah, all around. What a battle, though, for NIP, and what a great way to win. Good job from Rez, and obviously Dennis coming in with a huge kill to allow Rez to get back into safety to go for that follow-up peek. So Rosa can only go forward. There is Lekro pushed out of A halls, just looking for the fallback to A, which means comfortably NIP can have 2 players here. As long as they win this round, which is looking very likely, they've got themselves back into this game. It'll have to be a save from Ghost. They'll have nothing really to play with. Sabrosa can't even see Forrest over his own Molotov. And here we are. Got ourselves a game down the stretch.
What is that thing, Moses?
What's that?
That little teddy thing that was next to the camera right there. What was that?
I don't know. You tell me.
Swedish thing, maybe?
It looks like just like a head of a creature, which is kind of morbid.
It is a little bit. 14-11, 26th round. We've got a P90 on Get Right.
Another?
Is that acceptable? Can we let him pass with that?
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
All right.
Get Right gets a pass on everything in my book. Here he comes. Oh. I take it back.
He had the right idea. Just a couple of footsteps, and that was enough Steel to follow up on Dennis. Oh god, NIP. Of all the ways you could maybe lose around, this wouldn't be the one you'd wish for. Rez now in a 1 versus 2. They're going to go for the bomb plant straight away. See if Rez can save them one more time. Ghost Gaming just powering through, catching Get Right on the flank, and then following up with the C-set 75s, making it work all the way through. Wardell with a double kill, and Rez hoping for a mistake. Wants somebody to come and fight him. Going to use that to build a bit of a wall of smokes. The Molotov, I don't think... Oh, it might catch actually Wardell, and he gets the shot, forcing him out. Now Gusta hiding inside, and Rez is almost out of time. He's just going to try and look for him. Taps the bomb once, turning around at the edge, and he's going to get caught. Kusta will finish the round 15-11. Now Ghost Gaming on map point. This is a crazy game once again.
It really is. I'm glad you asked me about the P90 because I saw the buy that Ghost Gaming came out with, and to force up, you're up 14-11, force up with just, you know, pistol armor all the way down. That is a bold call. Works out, obviously.
They've done that a couple of times now.
Yeah, they have, which is pretty cool to see. But here we go. NIP have to win 4 in a row, and they have to get it started with 2 UMPs, 2 CZs, 1 M4, not a lot of nades. The AWP on Wardell is going to be forced back early by utility. You're going to have to be another scrappy miracle victory for NIP to stay alive in this first map.
Yeah, a miracle. Exactly what they're looking for right now. This is... I don't even know how you make it back here. They're already out of smokes, and we're at 1 minute and 15 seconds. So, you know, another 15, 20 seconds, and Ghost Gaming are going to probably make that call internally and say, there's no smokes that have been put up for like a good 20 seconds, so they probably don't have any more. Now, we can do whatever we want.
Question is, can Ghost apply enough pressure to kind of find out what's going on without losing too many people? Oh, Rez was really predicting one to be in the corner. Up on top, Sabrosa goes down. Wardell's got to back away with that AWP. Nothing too aggressive. Yeah, they have to hit A now. They have a 3-on-2 here. Crystal gets tagged up. There's Forrest. He's forced away, but they know what's coming. Kusta, big job to do, finds Forrest in the smoke. One more entry to get, it's Lekro guarding the left side of the bomb site efficiently.
He's staying alive for such a long time. This is big news. They have to worry about him. Finally, Steel going to be able to pick up that kill. Still a 3-on-3. And this one is for the map. Wardell going to be taking down Get Right. It's still Dennis and Rest. And they're both coming in from the quad side. Kuzda's already seen it. He knows this is almost impossible. This is like a three-way crossfire that they're walking into. Kuzda will close it out. And it will be Ghost Gaming picking up map number one here at the best of three. And taking down Inferno. 16-11. In their favor. What a great game.
Wardell at 25, Sabrosa and Steel at 26 each. Phenomenal performance from this team, and they look good. They look solid, and I mean, focus on the fundamentals. They did them well. A couple mistakes in there, here and there. Got scrappy at times, but showing a real propensity to be able to win those 4-spy rounds and those low econ rounds.
Yeah, I was really loving it. I think they're just an exciting team to watch right now. And I mean, the fundamentals of Counter-Strike could be really, really strong. I think a lot of teams make the incorrect assumption that you have to jump to like the very deep sort of existence levels of strategies like that. Yeah, that's maybe going to be important if you play some of the if you play Phase or Astrology, you maybe have to do that eventually. But
what is it? Keep it simple, stupid.
That's what I'm trying to say, Moses.
Keep it simple, stupid, and stay tuned. We'll be right back with map 2.